In this video, we're going to review the ticker HIMS and give you a little bit of different perspective on this, and it might open your eyes of why you might not want to buy this stock just yet. What's up, everyone? I'm Tony with Real Life Trading. We have been helping others learn how to trade the stock market successfully for over 10 years and are one of the highest rated stock market education companies on Trustpilot. So check out the links down below for free trading education, for full free trading courses to teach you how to swing trade, how to analyze charts like this, how to day trade. It's all there for you for free. Check out the links below. Let's dive into this chart. So this has made a monster move. I mean, it has really showed on people's radars because of how big of a move it has made. And what I've seen time and time again is as soon as a stock starts to really make the moves, that's when all the eyeballs start focusing on it and they're like, I want this thing. But you've got to understand how the markets work. Whenever it starts to show up on everyone's radar, that's normally a profit-taking zone, not an entry zone normally. Again, we're talking statistics. I'm not talking like every single time this is how it's going to be, but a high percentage of the time, 70 to 80% of the time, whenever everybody's talking about something, that tells me to take profits, not get in. So I know that they just came out with fantastic news that they are expanding out into Europe. But guess what? If it's in the news, it's in the charts. That was known back through here. The momentum of this big move up at basically in May was most likely that news breaking. And something that tells me that that is the case is because if we zoom in here where that news actually broke out to the rest of the public, it gapped up huge. But how did it follow through? It ran and everyone took their profits. And so everyone that was playing this move here took profits when it should have been a very, very bullish sentiment play. If this stock wanted to really, really run, and by the way, it still can. If it wants to really run, I believe we would have had a lot more buyers here, but instead we had sellers. We had everyone selling the actual event because they were the ones buying down through here. They saw this momentum. They saw the breakout of certain structure. They saw the volume building, they made money on this, and this is where they started taking profits all through here. So now what does that leave us with? Well, with this sentiment telling me everyone took profits here, I think there's a decent chance that we could come back and visit $65 one more time. I would expect to see the same result. Again, probabilities. So if I'm looking at something and going, all right, if I think we're going to be pulling back to here, because that's what we did historically the last few times, yes, we could make money up to there, but this is where I'd want to be taking profits. If we get strong closures up above this big bear candle, then yes, I think that we can make a pretty decent move into all-time highs. But this is hard trading up through here. This is not easy. I want the easy trades. And the crazy thing is that the easy trades normally come when everyone else is going through the hards. So if you want easy trades, that's normally when it's hard. All right, easy trade is stock market's gone up 100% and you're ready to buy. That's extremely hard because now you're dealing with a lot of people that are profitable down here taking their profits in front of you. So every time it runs up, you get a lot of selling. Every time it runs up, you get a lot of selling. It runs up, get a lot of selling. You have lots of ups and downs and it's very confusing and very hard. That's because in everyone's mind, they think this is easy money right here when in reality, it's hard. Whenever everybody buys up here and it starts to pull back, they are now having a very hard time in their trades. They are losing money drastically. They're all scared. They're all worried. That's when the easy trading actually is because people are very predictable. I'm going to zoom out here and I'm going to actually look at the big picture on this stock. I see strong candle closures up above big time monthly resistances. I see a nice Morningstar reversal playing through here on a monthly, but I see us miles away from the EMAs. We've done this before where it's made a large move up and then pulled back into its 10 or 20 and then taken off. I wouldn't be shocked if we get somewhat of this same price action here. And so you notice where my alerts are at. I'm sitting around the $40. Could this leave without me? Yes. And I am totally fine with that. I don't need to make money. I'm not desperate to make money. I want to find the easiest trades and I want to find the highest probability trades. That's what's going to make me money consistently over the long run. Over 100 trades, I make way more money not trying to make money. I make way more money by trying to find the clear momentum, which we have, and then the clear setup that allows me to lose small and win big. I will know I'm right or wrong very, very quickly right in this area. Whereas up here, this thing could drop 50% and then bounce. And so everyone's just going to lose just to have it go to target afterwards. It's hard trading. So you might lose on 2 or 3 trades before you get one winner. That is not easy trading. And most people don't have the skills to know when to do it and when not to. So again, are we building a base here on a daily time frame? Yes. And it does look pretty decent. I do like the bulls stepping back in through here, but I have to be aware of this big warning signal right here. This should have been a very bull day, and it wasn't. Why? Because everyone already that knows, they were already in this stock. They're taking profits when everyone else is buying. That's the key. You've got to be on the big money, the smart money side, not the dumb money. The dumb money's going, oh my gosh, they're expanding out to Europe, and they're not paying attention to the fact that this thing has already made a huge run up, right? If we pull this thing up, it's already gone up 160% since May. This is where the hard trading is. And so could this go higher? Yes. But the better play, the high probability play, but the play that requires you to be patient, is to let it do its thing, let it pull back down. And whenever we get into this $40 all the way down to about $30, this is where I want to buy. This will be easy money, buying down here, making money all the way up, and most likely having enough strength to go to all-time highs. It all depends on what we do here. But I don't want to trade up in this range, even though it can go up through here. Yes, it's very possible it keeps on moving. But again, over 100 trades, you will be more successful not following the crowd and actually looking at what the smart money is doing. This move is not me missing out on money. This move is telling me who's strong. Now what I need to do is I need to start playing my setup. I need to start planning where I can get in, where's the best probability to be able to make money on this trade. How can I lose small and win big and not take 2 or 3 losses getting stuck in the chop before it goes to target and I get one win. I can just sit back through here, avoid all of this. And the downside of this is it might leave completely without me. That's okay. So as always, I always tell my students, you're always going to have a pro and a con in every situation. The downside of getting in up here is that you're probably going to get chopped to death, and it's going to be very hard to hit target, potentially. The upside is you could catch an actual pretty nice runner that I would miss out on. Whereas the downside of this is I could potentially miss out on that run, but the upside is I could avoid all of this and get a much better entry when everyone that chased is now losing money, and I can happily buy from them when they're all selling to me so that this thing can take off. So me just looking at these charts and giving it a real picture, kind of big picture view of this stock, I see $40. I mean, it could be 45, but I see somewhere around $40 down to 30 being like that's the buy. That's where I want to be at. Everything is telling me this is going to get bought up if it does drop. All I have to do now is just wait. Earn your money through your emotional control. Don't try to make money. Don't try to chase things. Your brain and eyes see opportunities. My friends, it's not about the opportunity. It's about the risk. What am I going to have to risk to take advantage of this opportunity? I focus on what am I going to lose, not how much money am I going to make. I can lose so much easier down here than up here. I think I'll get stopped out 2 or 3 times as I'm messing around up here trying to get it to a new all-time high than I would down through here. This will be very clear, very simple. And if you just look through this, the market, this stock has made a big move up, chopped everyone to death, and then pulled back. Look how easy the trading was back at the buying zone. Took off. Hardly any chop at all. It was gone. Same thing. Ran up, stopped everybody out, came back down into the buying zone. Look how easy it made its move. Am I saying it's going to make a move in 2 days? No. But these levels held. Everything else didn't. And that's going to make the biggest difference, where I could see this easily stopping everybody out, then bouncing, and then stopping, and then maybe going down like that. I could see this thing just dropping like a rock. I could also see it rampaging higher, but the probability is not there. So hopefully this gives you a good rundown on what I'm seeing in this stock and on this company. Yes, we could go to all-time highs. It is probable. But is it the best trade out there? Is it what's going to make you money over 100 trades? Or are you just going to get chopped to death before it goes there? So just be aware. There's always ways to make money. I'm not saying you can't trade up here. I'm just saying it's hard. So unless you're very experienced, unless you're already a successful, consistent, profitable trader, that you can be able to see price action here, understand when things are shifting, and lock in wins before it has a chance to stop you out, I would avoid this area and I would be patient and wait for this area. Then you're going to have to challenge your emotions of buying something after a big dip. That's the next issue, is most people are like, I don't want to buy this, but get comfort, get your confirmation in the fact that this move hasn't gone away when we dip. Your sentiment is here. Everything is there. This isn't telling me to get in. This is telling me where the strength is. And then I start planning my dips where I know everyone that chased will be wrong. Then I can make money very easily on that. I hope this helped you, give you a little bit better idea and perspective, big picture on what this stock is looking at doing. Take advantage of it. Check us out over at reallifetrading.com. Links are down below. You can come trade live with us. We have a whole bunch of free courses that you can learn how to trade as well. If you're already an experienced trader, you're trying to get consistent results, but maybe struggling to see those, come check us out. You can meet one-on-one completely for free with one of our top traders. They can walk you through what you're doing wrong, what you're doing right, and help you out along the way. And again, all that's no charge at all. We just want to help you. Love you guys. Thanks for your time. Enjoy it. Make money off of this stock. Know what to look for, and then execute that plan.